Good evening everyone, this is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Shifter Lines 101 Introduction to Shifter Lines by gUBBLOR. This is the person who did, I think it was the introduction to equality cages, and it was gUBBLOR's first puzzle. I have no idea what number puzzle this is for gUBBLOR, but apparently gUBBLOR has come up with a constraint which when I was talking to gUBBLOR about it, was very heavily inspired by the equality cages, and this is them, the shifter lines constraint. So, and this is an introductory puzzle to that constraint. New constraint, moderately new setter, something cool to look at. That's right up my alley. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So let's have a look at this one, shall we? So, anything else to call out? The timing and everything for me trying to do announcements and everything is really, really tricky because I'm recording weeks in advance right now because of the fact that I'm recording pre-going away on holidays or pre-holidays. So everything is just completely nightmarish for me right now. I'm getting people contacting me saying, can you do an announcement on this date? And it's like, no, I've recorded for that day weeks ago, or days ago. Yeah, things are a little up in the air, and I apologize to everyone for whom the timing is very weird, but trying to get content ready, that's the way it is. Let's have a look at this puzzle, Shifter Lines 101, Introduction to Shifter Lines. So what do we have? We have normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, if I can do that, in every row and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Then these lines are shifter lines. Adjacent digits within the same box and on a shifter line share both parity, even odd, and polarity, low high. So adjacent digits within the same box must share the same parity and polarity. Whenever the line enters a new box, either the parity or the polarity shifts, never both. Shifter lines can never have a 5 on it. Digits may repeat on lines. So if these will have the same parity and polarity, which means they must be a consistent pair. They'll either be 1, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, or 7, 9. And then when it shifts to here, one of those elements can change. It can either shift parity or polarity, not both. Very cool. And it must shift 1. So it can't stay the same, which it couldn't anyway. Well, even here, if this was a 2, this couldn't be for 2 because I'm solving. I shouldn't do that, but that's how the rule works. Kropki pairs or Kropki dots. So what that means is cells separated by a black dot are in a 2-to-1 ratio, or one is double the other. Cells separated by a white dot are consecutive. Not all dots are shown, or not all dots are necessarily shown, I'm assuming, which means that it would be perfectly fine for those two cells to either be consecutive or in a 2-to-1 ratio, or both. And then we've got XV rules, which is cells connected by an X must sum to 10, cells connected by a V must sum to 5. There's 2 of those. Not all X's and V's are shown. They're the rules we've got. I've actually been doing a rules work through with a whole bunch of setters and everything, and trying to come up with some consistent language for them, what bits of rules have changed, how has the community changed in the last couple of years, and how do we sort of refine our rules to be consistent across everything. It's a project I'm working on because I'm going on holidays. It's probably not going to be this year that you see the results of that, but I'm working on it and talking to a whole bunch of people. And if you're interested in being part of that discussion, please reach out to me. Anyway, I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So the lines themselves don't tell me anything, but I mean, this given digit does, because this has to be a 1, because it's a 1. This is the 1. That digit is a 1. And the only digit within 1 to 9 that is consecutive with 1 is 2. Now, the only thing that is in a 2-to-1 relationship with 1 that isn't, with 2 that isn't 1 is 4. And this is good because these are on a shifter line, and those are both low and even. So these must either be low and odd or high and even. I'm not sure which yet. These must either be low and odd. Well, I know what they are because the 4 on the V makes this the 1, which means this has to be low and odd. It's the 3. Now, this must either... Right. These must be 7, 9. Oh, this is cool. This is very, very cool. Because these either have to be low even, at which point these would be a 2-4 pair, which they can't be, or they must be high and odd, because only one of the types of line, or one of the properties of the line, can change when it goes from this box to this box. So this is 7, 9, and I can never put 9 in the middle of a run of consecutive digits, because if I did, then this would be 9, both of those would be 8, and I'd have a problem. So that's the 7, that's the 9. Consecutive with 7, I have 6 and 8. Which means this is high and even, which means this isn't low odd, this is high even, this is 6, 8. These are high even, so this is 6, 8. If this is a 6, by the black dot, the only thing that is in a 1 to 2 relationship with 6 is 3, so this would be 3, and it can't be. So this is 8, this is 4, this is 6, so this is 8, and this is 6. 4 is now only in a 2 to 1 relation. Well, by the shifter line, this is a 2. This black dot is completely redundant. Possibly, and I have no problem with that, by the way. This is an introductory puzzle. People should be able to start an introduction to constraint puzzle anywhere they want. This is confirming for people who might be going, have I got this constraint right? That dot is confirming, yes, you do. I have no problem with the puzzle giving you that information. Now, this either has to be high even or low odd, and they can't be high even, they're already in the box. So these are 1, 3. These have to be high, not sure yet. Okay, so we know what this triple is. We've got 1, we need 2, we've got 3, we need 4. You can never put 5 on a line, so that was always a 5. This is 2, 4. This either has to be... Well, this is a low odd line. I could have used this from the start. This is a 3 because this is a low odd line and the only other low odd digit is 3. Now these are low. Okay, this is all being given to me. This is either high odd. If this is high and odd, it's 7 or 9. If it's low and even, it's 4. So this is 4, 7, or 9. Oh, 5 in this box is placed. I can never put 5 on a line. So that's a 5. This is either 1, 3, or 6, 8, which actually hasn't helped that much. This triple will, though, because these are 1, 2, I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But these have to either be the same, so they have to be either high odd or low even, and I can't make them low even because of the 4. So this is 7, 9, this is the 2. These actually are different, I think. So this has to either be high even or low odd. So it's... Ooh. It's 1, 3, 6, or 8, and this is also 1, 3, 6, or 8. So these are from 1, 3, 6, 8, but I'm not sure which. 2 is over here. If 2 is here, 4 is here. Either this is 2, 4, or this is 2, 4. And the other one is 1, 3, 6, 8. But I think I could put 1, 3 here if this is 6, 8. I'm not sure. This is either 6 or 8 because you can never put a 7 or a 9. Basically, let's look at these 4 digits. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are 6, 7, 8, or 9. These are all high digits. This can't be a 6 or an 8, so it's 7 or 9. Let's use that first. So this has to be the other 7, 9. These digits are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can never put 5 on a line. So this is the 5. This is the 1, 3. But over here, this 7, 9, this must shift. So this has to either be low odd, which they're not, or high even. So those become the high even, and those become the 6, 8, which means this is not 6, 8. 6 would only go with 3, 8 would only go with 4, because I can't go up from those on the ratio. 3 means this is 2, and 4 means this is 1. Interesting. Now this can't be high odd. So this has to change to a different type. And from high even, it either goes to high odd or low even. It can't go to high odd because the high odd is there. So this is low even. So this is the 2, 4. These are 1, 3, 6, 8. 1 is not in, cannot be on this dot because 1 goes with 2. So 1 comes off. 8 would need 4. 8 comes off. This becomes 3, 6, and 3, 6 comes out of those. So this is 1, 3 or 8, 6, and this is 1, 3 or 8, 6. Interesting. Now this is either 8 or 9 because of the X clue. Now if this is 9, this is 7, and if this is 8, this is 6 because of them having to be the same type. But this is a 1, 3. So this either goes to 2, 4, being low and even, changing parity, or it changes polarity and jumps to a high digit. This must be 7, 9, which means this is 1 and 4. The 1 goes with the 3 and the 4 goes with the 2 to maintain the what is on the line. These digits are now 5, 7, and 9, and I can't put the 5 there. So this is the 5, and these are the 7, 9. This is fun. I like this constraint. The 4 goes with the 8, which makes this the 6. These are either high and odd or low and even. So they're either 7, 9 or 2, 4. If they're 7, 9, that's not the 9, so that's not the 7. And if they're 2, 4, that's not the 4, so that's not the 2. So they go in that order. There must be a 2 or... Right. This dot, it must be 1, 2... I know I'm doing this quickly and I try and slow things down a little, but this is just flowing and I'm hoping I'm okay here. This dot here. Now, the only possible combinations you can put on a black dot are 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, or 4, 8. Now, I can't use 3, 6, and every other possible combination, 1, 2, 2, 4, and 4, 8, uses either 2 or 4. So this can't be 2, 4, because I have to put either a 2 or a 4 on this. So this is 7, 9, which means this is 7 and this is 9, which I could have used the 7 for. That would have done that, and that would have made that the 7, and this would have been forced. Okay, I found a different way through. All good. Now, this does have to have a 2 or a 4 on it. Though these are from 1, 2, 4, 8. But it can't be 2, 4. Because if it was 2, 4, that would also be 2, 4, because whatever went there would go there. If this is 1, this is 3, and it can't be, so this is not 1. If this is 8, this is 6, and it can't be. So this is 2, 4, which means this is 2, 4, which means this is 1 or 8, giving me a 1, 8 pair in the row. This is very cool. So these are from a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But I can never put 5 on the line. So this is the 5. I should keep looking for that. Can never put 5 on a line, can never put 5 on a line, can never put 5 on a line. That 5 took 5 out of there, and you can never put 5 on a black dot because the ratios don't work. So this has been a 5 for ages. 5 is not there and 5 is not there. 5 is in one of those two, but in this box now, 5 is in one of those two because that 5 sees all of those and that 5 sees those. So this is not the 5 and this is the 5. And now 5 is in one of those two. Oh, 5 is up here because that 5 sees all of those and that 5 sees those, and I can't put 5 in a line. So 5 is here, which means this is not the 5 and this is the 5. And now I've got 5 down to these. Okay. Now, where do I want to look next? If this is 1, this is 3. If this is 8, this is 6. This has to either be low, because these are low even. This has to be low odd, and it can't be, because it can't be 1 or 3. So this is 6 or 8. And because this is 6 or 8, this can't be 6, 8, or that would have no fill. So this is 3 and 1, which looks up making this 8, which makes this 4, which makes this 2. The 4 looks over making this 2 and this 4. This is really nice. The 8 made this the 1, which makes this the 3 because of the line, which makes this 6 and this 8. The 9 looks across making that 7 and that 9. Now there's no 3 here. There's no 6 or 8 there. This is 1, 3. But these could be the same. Like this potentially could have been a box. This still just needs to be low odd or high even. Except I've got a 1-3 pair, so this is high even. This couldn't be a box. So I've got 1, I don't have 2, 3, 4, 5, don't have 6, 7 and 9. So these are 2, 6 and 8, but there's no 2 there. So this is a 6-8 pair. So this is a 2, and that's a 6-8 pair, which I'm not quite seeing how to resolve. So this is, well, hang on. Yeah, it just keeps giving. These lines are really cool. I mean, this is an introductory puzzle. So let's do more. But this 7 makes this 9 and this 7. Now I know what these two are. But I could tell what these two were anyway, because this is 1-3. So this has to either be low even, which it can't be, or high odd. So those are 7, 9. The 7 looks down, making that 9, which makes that 7. The only thing consecutive with 9 is 8, which makes that 6. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. I'll use that 4 to look down, making that 6 and that the 4. This 1, of course, looks across making that the 3 and that the 1. This 2 looks across making this the 4 and this the 2. This invisible 1 looked up making this the 3 and this the 1. People may have turned around and said, but you missed all of this stuff. At no point have I not had something to look for. So I don't feel I've missed it. I've just been looking elsewhere. This 1 looks up making this the 3. This is a really good intro puzzle to the constraint, by the way. This is really good. There's no 7 here anymore. So I'm probably, at this point, I'm really down to Sudoku. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, and 8. Well, I'm not putting 2 in either of those because of that. So this becomes a 2. This is a 4, 8. That 4 makes that the 8 and that the 4. In this row now, I'm just missing, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I always try and check that because it's amazing how often I miss it. So these are 6 and 8. Not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 7 and 9. Again, not sure. This column, 1, 2, 3, 4. When I'm doing this for myself, I normally don't mark them out like this, but I want people to be able to follow along when I'm solving. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 5 and 6. The 6 here makes this the 5 and this the 6. This is now just 1 and 3 because, yeah, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 1 and 3. This 1 makes this the 3 and this the 1. Now the 4 here looks across making this the 9, which looks down making that the 7 and that the 9. This row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have a 6, so that becomes a 6, and that resolves all sorts of stuff. The 6 looks down, making that the 8 and that the 6. The 6, either of those 6s makes that an 8, and now I'm down to a single box, so this should be easy. 1 is in one of those two because of that one, and it's not there because of the invisible one. This is the 1. 2, 3, I need to put in a 4. It's not there or there. That's the 4 by pencil marks. This becomes the 5. I just need a 7. And that is the correct solution to the puzzle. Now, this has had 818 solves in 2.9 days. Now, by the time this video comes out, this puzzle will have been out for about 20 days. So I expect that this puzzle is already going to be at like 1,000 or actually probably closer to 2,000 solves by the time that this video comes out. Okay. Hopefully my video is not actually going to contribute that much to how many solves this puzzle gets, but at least then it will be in my video archive and people will have an easier time finding it in future. I regularly see people comment on videos in my channel that are over a year old. So it does, finding older puzzles is quite hard. I've noticed this there's something I'm working on in that regards too. Finding older puzzles is quite hard, and the fact that YouTube does recommend older puzzles to people who've found new videos. They watch a new video on my channel, and while they're watching a video, if they watch another new video, YouTube will start surfacing videos from my archive. And it's not necessarily the popular ones. It just seems to be, here is a video that you might like. And it's great because it does mean, like, every video in my history does get, a couple of views a week. And it means that they are being found. So this will keep this puzzle being surfaced for hopefully years to come. And the same with every puzzle that gets featured. And I think that's great. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle. This was a nice short one, but there's nothing wrong with that. Good coffee break puzzle. And as always, good luck with your solving.